Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, shalom. What's the word? What's the word? How y'all doing on this Sabbath day? Excuse. Oh man, it's been a long ride. I've been just here to give y'all a quick update of what's been going on with me, man, and where I've been at, and why I haven't been around, why I haven't been doing no videos, and nothing like that. And I got a message of one of my subscribers reached out to me or whatever and asked me about doing a video, when I was gonna do another one, when I was going to post it, and why I've been posting and everything. And I let them know, sooner or later I was gonna do one. And I got another one coming sooner or later too, also, but it's gonna be longer, extremely longer. Cause I'm gonna be talking about everything, talking about my life, what I've been through, how I, wound up getting married to somebody that betrayed me, how I wound up, going through the phases of dealing with a narcissistic person, how I, this is basically everything, just, yeah, man, my life has been ups and downs. I've been going through a lot, it's just, I've learned a lot on this journey I've been on so far. I learned how to just accept people for who they are. Um, how to just how to take people for as they come. And how to and when God speaks to you and lets you know about someone and lets you know about certain people, man, you have to listen, because if you don't, you know, it could hinder you. It could cause you to become someone that you don't know who you are. It could cause you to become the person that God never intended for you to be. It could cause you to go through a lot of inner and outer turmoil in your life, and you don't want those things for yourself, because you try to build a bond with someone, you try to build a covenant with someone, but not everyone looks at marriage or a relationship as they should, because God, the Bible says a house divided against itself shall not stand. So when it's one person trying to make something work and the other one's working against it, it could be a hindrance to your walk and to your journey, But my life has been okay. Work has been fine. My kids has been all right. But it's just, in my marriage has been something crazy. I never thought I'd be getting married. Never thought I'd get married. I never thought, because and the person I got married to, I never seen a life without this person. I never thought this person would do me the way they did me. No need to name no names. They know who they are. But it's like, and I don't want to stay on this topic so much today, but I just want to let you, for you people out there that's looking into getting married and looking into settling down with somebody or getting in a relationship with somebody, God will always show you who you need to be with. But loneliness and the thought of starting over is scary. The unknown, what I've learned, is so scary and so, you know, uncomfortable to people, that we will settle for anything. We will settle for the ones that hurt us. We will settle for the ones that belittle us. We will settle for the ones that put us in a state of mind where we feel like there's no other way but that way. But God always has a different way. And God showed me so many times about this person, but I never listened. I never listened because I always thought, like, what's for me is going to be for me. Maybe I'm tweaking, maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe I need to love this person more. Maybe I need to reach out to this person more. But it got to the point where I'm like, all right, well, they can't hurt me anymore, And I'm still going through it right now. I'm still going through it right now because, it's like, the way when I love, my love is unconditional. I don't love anyone. I don't put my heart out there for anyone. But when I love you, I love unconditional, and I'll do anything for you, no matter what it is. I give my all. And I was literally killing myself in this marriage, trying to trust someone that betrayed me prior to me marrying them, But that's the outcome of being with someone that God doesn't want you to be with, So, things will play out the way it's going to play out. Things will go the way it's going to go, and I left it in the Lord's hands after that, But I don't know what blessings I got coming after this, because it's been hell, It's been hell in my life. It's been a big downfall in my life. I took a turn. I stepped off of God's path because, I thought in my mind that this person was really supposed to be for me, and I thought that, this was it for me, and I'm gonna build my life with this person. But instead of building with me, they built against me, and instead of coming together, it was more of God was just trying to bring us apart, And I don't know what the future holds, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what it is. I just know that, that's where my heart was at, you know, and that's why I was really wanted to be with. So I made that decision to do that, you know, and it was, and it cost me my happiness, and it cost me my peace, it cost me my joy, it cost me everything because I believed in someone that really didn't believe in me, that had their mind on other things, and it wasn't really thinking about me like that, you know. So it is what it is. But I want to tell the people out there, you know, and I got a lot more to talk about. It just I got to go to work, so I'm just doing this little quick update to let y'all know what's really going on with me. I'm slowly getting back into class. I stopped going to class because of my marriage and everything until I stopped doing my martial arts and everything for a while, you know. I just put my all in my soul into this marriage as much as I could, you know. So, but I guess it caused me to, you know, lose myself and caused me to become somebody I didn't know who I was anymore. I was like really losing myself and trying to become a better person and trying to be a good husband. But it's like, you know, it was new to me. I didn't know nothing about marriage or nothing like that. You know, I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. But I was willing to give someone a chance that I know that hurt me. You know, because I know I love that person. But come to find out, they didn't love me as much as I thought they did. And if they did, they didn't know they was incapable of loving me the same way. You know, and it hurts because, you know, hey, but it is what it is. You know, and you know, they betrayed me to the point where I don't know how to trust that person anymore. I wish I did. You know, I wish I did. I wish I knew how. And I don't think God can restore nothing like that, you know, because once He told you to walk away in the beginning, I didn't walk away. So whatever came my way, I had to deal with that, you know. But for the people out there in the world, man, that's trying to find your way and trying to find your journey, when God lets you know something, walk in what the Lord is telling you to do, because He will never lead you astray. Of course, it's gonna always go contrary to what you feel and what you think, but in the end, the Lord knows what He's doing, you know, and His timing is always on time for you, you know. In life, we look at things through our view, but when God like lifts the veil from your eyes and let you see life for what it really is and not for what you want it to be, sometimes it can be scary. Sometimes it can be, you know, extremely uncomfortable, like I said. But you gotta walk in that. You gotta, you know, pay attention to these things, you know, because not everything you see in front of you is what you think it is. It's a lot more complex than what you think it is, you know. And I can say that, you know, when it come down to elevation in life also, because I've been elevating a lot, you know, a whole lot, you know, but the Lord will always let you know who's to go with you and who's not to go with you, because everybody can't go to where you're going. Everybody's not fit to go to that journey. Everybody's not mature, spiritually mature enough to go to that next level with you. I did a video prior to this and letting y'all know that I got betrayed and everything. The person that, like I said, the person that betrayed me in that video, I told y'all about in that video, I want to marry the person. Yeah, I know I'm a goofy. I know I'm stupid, but hey, man, you know, when you love someone, you try to help them. When you love someone, you'll do anything. You'll put yourself, you know, it don't matter what it is about yourself, you would do that for that person, and you would do anything for that person to make sure they're happy, even if it destroys you. That's, I thought that was love, you know. But love shouldn't have to be hard. At some point, it should be simple. At some point, it shouldn't be that complicated, you know. But you know, it is what it is, and a lot of people ask me why I haven't done the video just prior to this or nothing like that. It's complicated, man. I got to the point in my life where I didn't really know what to talk about. I really didn't know what to say. I really didn't know how to come anymore, because my emotion, my whole mind and my thoughts was all over the place. I was trying to get certain things in my life together. I was still been preaching in the world and bringing people to the Lord and everything. But like when it's come down to being on here saying, I didn't know what to talk about. I didn't know what to, you know, preach about, you know. But now I'm slowly making my way back to the things that mean something to me, you know, and that brings me my peace and that brings me my clarity, you know. And I know that probably what the Lord wants me to do. So yeah, man, this is just a quick update, man. Let y'all know what's really going on with me and how I've been and what's really been going on. So yeah, man, I hope everything goes well, and you know, and yeah, I hope, you know, everything works accordingly to the way it should for everybody. And I hope y'all out there, you know, still praising the Lord and still making sure everything goes, you know, the way it's supposed to in y'all life and everything, and y'all not leaving the Lord, and always staying on point with everything, because God is the only way. And so many people, they following all these false gods and following these trends and everything, what everybody else doing, but they not seeing what the real God want for them and what He wouldn't want them to do. So y'all stay prayed up, man, and y'all stay with the real God. But I got more and more stuff to talk about. I got probably gonna be an hour long of everything, but this is only like a little bit right now to let y'all know, man, what's really going on with me and where I've been and how my life has been flipped into channels and everything, and how I came back to the point where I'm at now and to get back to here now. Once I took my eyes, it's like the story of Peter when he walked on the water. I think it was Peter when he walked on the water. He was steady walking that path, as long as he kept his eyes on Jesus. But the moment he took his eyes off Jesus, he started to sink. And that's how I was, I was on my path walking straight. It was tough. I was still dealing battles. I was still dealing with through heartache. I was still dealing through loneliness. I was still dealing with all these things that come with life, obstacles and all that type of stuff that come with it. But I was focused, and as long as I kept my eyes on the Lord, I wasn't sinking. But the moment I took my eyes off God, my life started to take a turn, and that's one thing. You got to keep your eyes on the Lord, because those that keep their eyes on God shall never fail, But and man, it's just been a lot, man, and honestly right now my mind is still all over the place right now because it's just a lot going on. But in reality, yeah, man, we gonna continue to make this happen. We're gonna continue to do the things I need to do to get myself back in order and get my thoughts back straight, man. But yeah, man, give me a little bit more time, and we're gonna make things happen accordingly, and we're gonna rock out like that, y'all. So I gotta get myself up in here, to get to this job and get to work, man, and get this day started. So it's all love, y'all. Shalom. Peace.